All right, everybody, welcome back to the BeastCast podcast, BeastCamp podcast. I said BeastCast, but that's all right. We're going to do this live. We are live in multiple places. We live here at the Cypher Spot. We live with a studio audience, and we live with Beast. What's up, Beast?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? It's such a good, beautiful day. We just here breathing in that good ass prana. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Mr. Rogers over here. You know what I'm saying?
The way you said it right now.
Right? I'm over here like, damn. Nah, man. It's such a good vibe, bro. Yeah, today was my little rest day. You know, got super bucked yesterday. Shout out to Oceanside Session for hosting that Tadai's workshop, you know what I'm saying? And today we just got a very, very special guest. Shoot, I've been knowing this cat for almost 10 years now, but you know, we never really chopped it up, so might as well share that experience with everybody here. And yeah, man, for me, throughout the years, he just super influenced me. And yeah, like I just love how original he was and just how like bold he was with his style, and you know, like he never really folded. And I think he's just such a great person in the dance community in general. So without further ado, we got Outrage up in here, boy.
Arsenio Hall vibes.
But yeah, man, so from the jump, man, we just want to know, like, what are some like influences that just made Outrage, you know what I mean? Like, what's the origin story of Outrage, real quick, you know what I mean?
Man, that's such a broad question. You know, that shit. It wasn't easy. It took me almost 2 years to figure out who the hell I was. Last 2 years, you know. And I've been dancing since I was in high school, since 2005 or 6. So from that time all the way up to now, you know, like almost like 2 years ago, like I finally realized who Outrage was. You know what I mean? So through life, you know, as a creative, you go through, you know, trials and tribulations, and you go through certain things in life, and you fall out of certain things you love, you think you thought you love, and then you fall into different things, and life changes, man. That cycles come. So I think everything, you know, made me who I am. But in dance, man, that shit was tough. You feel me? Like that shit was like, it was tough. You know, just to keep it as lit as that, bro. It was like, people always be like, "Yo, Rage, I know you like OG vibe-ish, or you like been around." But like, nah, bro. Like, to be honest with you, like, I felt who I'm supposed to be within movement, creativity since like 2 years ago, bro. 2018. Like every footage I've ever watched before 2018, I hate it with a passion. And I was like, damn, bro. It's because, you know, what was happening, I felt like I was putting myself in a box. And I felt like, not even just within certain styles, but dance has you sometimes make you feel like you have to cap on certain things, or you have to feel or be a certain way. And I was like, damn. And I felt myself struggling because I was realizing that I can't be put in no box. When I realized that, bro, shit, it went all uphill from there. So there's so many things. That's such a broad question.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's all good, man.
I fucking ate dinner at 2 o'clock at Taco Bell one night, and then a song came on, I danced in the set. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like, oh shit, that was like a pivotal moment in life. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for me being at Taco Bell at 2 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't have danced that night. You know what I mean? So this is like, it's so broad, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's all good. We just building that conversation.
Yeah. I go for days. But yeah, that's pretty much.
I'll go for days, bro. Yeah, man. Like, what were like you were talking about, like the struggles. Like, what did it feel like while you were struggling to find yours? Because I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it took me, I think it was like 2017, 18. When I really found, like, okay, this is Beast, you know, this is Baby Eyes.
Of course.
You know, like, what was, like, the struggle that you felt, like, that you was going through? You know what I mean? Like, was it an identity thing? Was it through your style? Did it not look like what everyone was doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? What was it like that?
Well, I think for me it was like Crump has a way of making you feel like you have to put on this Crump exterior when you walk into battles or sessions. And it's an unspoken thing, but it's a real thing. You know what I mean? And I mean that from like the music. I mean that to like how people dress, even to like how they get down, how you even dance, how you even like deliver your message within your rounds and sessions and battles. And one thing that resonated with me, or one thing I didn't understand, I was like, I don't feel like how y'all be feeling. I don't be feeling like I gotta be like. I don't feel like that. And so like, you know, all the years prior, it was like when you young and this shit, you like, I gotta be on point, whatever was going on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I didn't go extreme to like super fast, like all the dress, how people was dressing and like all that shit. But like, I definitely was like, damn, bro, that's like, there's a pinnacle like you have to be when you come in Crump, bro. And then I realized that like that pinnacle of what Crump is somebody else's view of what Crump is. And I think Crump is probably Crump is the most creative and expressive dance I think out there within street styles that you can literally take and grab anything from any source you have. And I was like, damn, bro, like the first thing for me was the music. I was like, yo, bro, I feel like some Crump music makes you feel like you attack everything the same because the Crump music doesn't change. The ad-libs change. I feel like it's the same constant bass and snare so much that like it doesn't force you to think outside the box. And I caught myself like, I can't get into the music, bro. Like I just can't get into it because I feel like I want to say so much, but like you're capping me. So like once I realized that, I was like, I'm dancing like I'm capped. I'm dancing like I'm freaking like trying to force it. Rather than letting that shit just come off a vibe. So like, you ever be in the club?
Yeah.
That's where I live. So like, we went to the club one time in downtown LA. It was like a fantastic time. You ever be in the club, bro, and the DJ is spinning and he put on some Kendrick and your bop is like, nigga, I never Kendrick spit, nigga. Like, and then after that, he put on some Hove and like your bop got a little bit more like, yeah, man. And then after that, come on like some random ass Bryson Tiller or Rihanna, and your vibes are turning into more like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like I feel like with Crump music, a lot of people stayed the same every time because the music stayed the same all the time. It was the same tempo, same BPM. And I was like, damn, bro, like you can't explore because you already going in there thinking, you already going and knowing what your song's going to feel like. You already know how the BPM is going to be. Because shit, the whole event, when we judged the Arc in Vegas, the whole time I was literally bored, bro. Not because the dancers wasn't dope. It was because the conversation, the exchange between the dancers and the music was literally the same, bro. It was almost the same vibe throughout the whole time. And I was like, damn, bro, y'all setting up the same. Y'all feeling the same. Y'all talk. Y'all, I feel like all y'all got into the room and said, we're going to dance like this today. And everybody danced like that. And I was like, damn, bro, like, that's crazy. So I danced to the track I danced to. And I switched the whole fucking vibe.
And that's what you do.
You see what I'm saying? So it was like, once at that point, I literally, when I was judging, bro, I was literally sitting there like, what is it? What is it? What is it right now? Because I'm seeing a lot of, like we talking in the car, choreography. I'm not seeing a lot of feeling here. You know what I mean? Y'all know these songs to the back, like back and forth, which is perfectly fine. But it was hard, bro. And so I had to step back, and I was like, that was the time I had epiphany. That moment, my battle at the Arc, when I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. This don't even feel right. If I was somebody in here who didn't know what crump was or didn't even know what entertainment was, literally, I would be like, everybody in this motherfucker looks the same.
Mm.
And I was like, I gotta change that right here, right now. I gotta show that shit is like this is. It's crazy because it wasn't the fact that there wasn't any dope dancers because everybody was dope in their own way. But could you imagine trying to come out of a box, but motherfuckers are literally pushing that box closed and you can never really truly shine because you feel like the music, if the music is capping you, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that it's bad music. It's just back to like 2008 or 10. You had Traximus, you had Buckmouth, you had Buck to Death, you had all these sounds from different places that like it's just like rap music now. East Coast sound different from the West. Yeah. West sound different from the South. South sound different from Chicago. Detroit sound different from fucking Baltimore, like DC area. So like every place has their own vibe. Like, but with Crump, it like we start kind of losing those kind of vibes. So like the beat making and shit starts sounding the same. And like when you start sounding the same, you start in music, you start rapping the same. You know what I'm saying? Which is like Atlanta rappers are fucking thriving because they know what the fuck is going on. Like that's just the vibe right now with music. But it was Crump like that, and I was like, damn, bro, like that's when I hit that epiphany, and I was like, it gotta be, it's more than this. And when we watch the Crump DVDs and we watch like people like Goofy and Tampico and fucking Milk and Foolish and you know and all these people, and we watch him, and it was like, bro, none of y'all all come from a different background, a different city, a different place, and y'all showed that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like y'all showed that y'all fucking came from different places, and not only was it music, but the lifestyle formed your Crump. And I was like, I feel like people were just waking up and putting on Crump.
Wow.
Rather than waking up and you live that shit without even dancing. You live Crump, bro. That's what we do. And like at the battles, it seemed like that. And I was like, damn, like it was a struggle for me, bro, because I was like, if I don't show up to the events, if I don't dance music, then I'm not gonna get no recognition. I'm not gonna be tight. And it was like it's a human thing, you know what I mean? It's like,
and it's part of just
life.
And our careers. You know?
Like if you're not with the fad, or if you're not like not even the fad, if you're not like.
If you're just not consistent, like being seen in the sessions or stuff like that, you know, like you're not popping or
you're not popping.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, like I told me and Beast was talking in the car, like people lack consistency. People's attention span is very short now. So like one clip or one video or one session, and like it was tight. And the next clip, you be like, damn, motherfucker, where the fuck that nigga been at? And if you like that, bro, you know what I'm saying? No matter how dope you was, if you're not consistent in people's eyes and shit, they be like, yeah, he was tight a couple of months ago. I seen him talking about. I seen you last week. Oh yeah, that's right. But like, I felt like that, bro. I felt capped. I felt like I was just living, dancing in a box that I felt like I didn't want to be in. So I was like, I had to change that shit. So it was hard, bro. Like I literally hate any footage any footage earlier than 2018.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? And that's some good clips, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
not even the Cage 5.
I love Cage 5.
Yeah. Of course. Cage 5 rest in peace, Darius. We love you.
SK DC was dope too. And there was some times, bro, but like we was young at that time too. So like we were so influenced by like the OGs and like what it was right there.
Yeah, just finding our way.
You know, just finding who you are, bro, and like those are definitely defined once of finding who the hell I was. You know, not even knowing I had that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do at Cage 5, bro. It's Cage 5. Like I'm just honored to be up there. You know what I'm saying? So and yeah, man. So yeah, but those I call Cage 5 rounds and like out of body experiences.
Ooh,
that's what I call them.
Explain, my brother.
Please. Out of body experiences are fucking like.
Cause it looked like it.
Yeah, like I was there. Like out of body experiences, bro, is when you are so tapped in that. At one point, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You don't even hear the music, bro. Like, you're so in a whole different realm. And, like, that was Cage 5. that was Beast Camp. Like that was like those are shits when like those very rare moments.
Shout out to the Sage.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely to the Sage. Palo Santo, all that stuff. But like those are moments, and then the great Nina Simone said like, "What is freedom?"
Oof, come on, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, what is freedom? Like the earliest stage of freedom you get is like born to like 6 or 7. Those are the moments as a kid when you are truly free, because being free is truly having no fear. After you get to like 7, your parents are telling you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. So you start building resentment to certain things. Yes.
Right.
See what I'm saying? But an out-of-body experience is really truly going up there and having no fear, and like no consequences or not even like repercussions in which I'm about to do. I don't give a fuck how whack it may seem to anybody else or how whack it may seem to me. I'm in a mode where my creativity, and I'm scared right now that whatever I do, I know it's gonna be godly. Out of body experiences, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was, my brother.
Like, I'm pretty sure y'all had it before, but y'all probably was just like, I was just fucking getting the fuck off.
Right.
Like,
I don't remember. You
know
did
what I'm
this.
saying?
You
But
did
like,
this in a little detail.
Like,
I did? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of body experiences, bro.
That's dope, man.
Truly
yeah, man.
being able to be free.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, man, I think it's just a dope, like, different perspective because, yeah, man, like, it's just 2 different worlds, 2 different generations, you know what I'm saying? But we found that bridge between me and you, and I think, yeah, man, because I'm on the side of, like, you know, trying to make Crump what it is now, but then I looked up to you, too, because I was like, man, like, that's another lane that's in a sense, like, successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I started to pick your brain, like, hey, bro, like, you low-key successful doing your thing, but you not looking like me or checking off like my check boxes, you know what I'm saying? So nah, man, I think it's just a dope perspective because I think music is for sure a main topic in dance in general.
And
you know what I'm saying? Not even just Crump, but of course because we're Crumpers, Crump, you know, and but still, like, you know, shout out to all the beat makers, like, doing their thing, you know.
Of course, it's love.
Yeah, it's love because that's a big job, you know what I'm saying? And, man, I think it's just dope to hear, like, real feedback from dancers, you know, instead of harmful, like from, you know what I'm saying? So
it's all relative.
Right.
And it's all preference.
Right.
But, like, just because, you know, I can't get with it doesn't mean that somebody won't thrive in that shit.
Right.
Which
is so beautiful about this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because someone, can be more relatable to you, like a freedom type of person, you know, like that'll just dance to more non-crump music, or like someone that, like, you know.
Nah, to be honest, like, I still fucking dance to all the old shit.
Right. I think one of your recent clips was like, Chez and the Buck Volume 5. Yeah.
It's just that when you have more shit to play with in a beat, I feel like the more you can expand. Like, the reason why I love house tunes, like house music.
It's my favorite too.
You know what I'm saying? The reason why I love like jazz. The reason why I love like salsa and shit like that, because
it's my ultimate favorite.
You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of crump music is still that boom, pop, boom, cat, and it's the same. It's the MOP, Busta Rhymes, and any ad-lib on it. So like you can't really like, it's like automatic. I caught myself being in pilot mode when I started crumping. I went to certain sessions and like knowing that I'm gonna be tight and then I gotta laugh because it was just that easy, and I call that autopilot, and that's way too comfortable to be walking to a session and feel like I could just dance whatever the fuck they put on because I just feel like I could just.
And I think that's why like all style jams were kind of like a little bit more fun, because I was like, I never heard this. This kind of sound like this.
It's creative.
You know what I'm saying? The drum pattern is like. I'm like, okay, and to not lose the essence, and you're very good at that, bro. Like.
It forces you.
With freaking like winning so much I think was it last year? You just had a sweep. Almost every post is like, yep, won another one. Won a 2-on-2. Won a 1v1. Won a 2v2 by myself. How do you do that? But nah, man, I think because we're closing soon with this episode, I think this was just a dope conversation to just like know where you're at. Like there's just more preferences there, and I think Outrage for sure I mean, he opened up my eyes with a lot of other people that I would hope to come on this podcast. But yeah, I mean, just the more perspectives you have is a better way for you to react in a more like specific way. You know what I'm saying? So if you come to an all style jam with like a super crump mentality, you're gonna lose.
Of course.
Because the music again will consume you, you know, like so yeah, man, I think it's just super interesting. And my encouraging like words to whoever's watching is just know where you're at in your career. You know, like for me, I think even Rage like said it too, like, you know, we were kind of like mirroring, copying our OGs, copying our like heroes and stuff. But then you start to find that itch, like, there's something that I feel like that's not me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to put on this culture now that I understand it and like I lived it. I think there's something that I can kind of like shift another way, you know. And I think that's just Outrage for sure was like a big testimony to that because he went far. It was like, come back, Rage. He's at a session. It'd be one of those like you just see it on the Crumper's page, like Outrage is at this session, and people's like, oh damn. So yeah, man, I think
session is the essence, man.
Yeah.
Right, but it'd be like that. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not pulling up, and I pull up, and I'm like, I catch like such an amazing vibe because when it's something like with just in life, not even dance, but just in life, when you're constantly being hit on with the same thing over and over, bro, it's becomes so comfortable that it's just you don't even feel any kind of like you don't miss a step, and you don't even like start to think about how I'm gonna change because it's just constantly like people who work 9 to 5, like you get up, go to work, come home, eat, go to sleep. It's just like a consistent thing. You won't do nothing else because your body just is in that same track. So like I had to step out, come catch the essence, step out, come catch something else, step out because I just feel like different life, different days, different changes. So like I had to change myself. When you constantly put yourself in the same environment, you adapt, and when you adapt, it's harder to change. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I had to catch a different win every now and then, man. You know, because then like a crump session never will be ever in life in fucking history. You'll never be anything. A real good crump session, never be nothing like it, bro. It's the most exhilarating place in the world.
Right.
But that exhilarating start coming to the most fun place in the world. To the most, that's cool. To the most, it'll be there next week.
Yeah.
It'll be the same thing next week. I'll catch it next time. You know what I'm saying? Rather than being like, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Pull up, catch back. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end with this episode. Yeah. Thank you, Rage. That was so insightful and even encouraging, man. Like. I love thinking different, and I'm in that place in my career. That's why I look up to you and just everyone venturing out into their own thing, but still, like you said, keeping the essence.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look up to Concrete a lot, and you know, even Todd Eyes is doing it with his own thing. But you know, you're doing it your own way. So I appreciate this conversation, man. I hope y'all did too. We'll be back live for a couple minutes. I think we're just gonna go. Let's just go straight into the Q&A.
Pass the power to your people that ain't nothing really. Pass the power to your people that ain't nothing really. Pass the power to your people that ain't nothing really. Elevated innovation over ignorance. I represent it.
If you guys are listening to the podcast version on Spotify and Anchor, welcome back to episode 2 with Outrage. Episode 1 just went such a good vibe. So yeah, we're back here with Outrage, and we're just gonna do a Q&A because we have a lot of people in this studio and we are also live on Facebook. So yeah, man, as you guys can see on live and from the previous episode, Outrage, his perspective is really special, is really different. So yeah, ask away your questions. Yeah, and I'll hand it over to Rev to see what's the first question, buddy.
So I wanted to go over, and actually I was thinking that this would be like a bigger topic, but I mean, we'll just jam it in there. Yeah. We were talking last episode about following like, what were the words? I had the words and now I'm not even remembering, but kind of doing autopilot versus doing where you're talking about your
out of body,
exactly.
Yeah.
I think for the masses, that could be two very similar mindsets, but when you really dive into it, they're completely opposite.
Right.
Can you go in a little bit on the verses of that?
The reason why I call it autopilot is because like I could not show up to a crumb session in years, and I can pull up and the music hasn't changed that much, and the vibe hasn't really changed that much, and I know I can go in there and I can throw out not even a super dope round, just an okay buck round, and not even think of anything about it, and feel okay about it, and be like, oh, yeah, everybody be like, that was dope, and I wasn't challenging myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, you know how sessions go, you push in, you get bucking, you know, you get out. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was autopilot to me. It was like, it was so easy at that point. Like, I'm just gonna go in here and do what the fuck I want to do, and it was dope. And then I would jump out, and I didn't have to think about it. Like, I didn't even have to I didn't have to worry about like, damn, I hope it's gonna be dope. I hope I ain't been labbing. Or damn, I hope I've been lab. It would just become autopilot. And like, what I came to realize was that those rounds were super okay. They were just okay rounds, but I was just doing with the bare minimum just to get by. Because I felt like it was so embedded in me just to jump into sessions. It was so embedded in me to just feel that comfortable to jump in and jump out. You know what I'm saying?
And not like feel like
and not even feel like I was
yeah.
like satisfied. It was just like, I'm just gonna do what I do because I know the bare minimum. I know foundation. I know how to do any foundation I please. I know what the beat might do. I know what's gonna get dope. I know it's gonna get hype and jump out. And it was like I wasn't really challenging my inner creativity because I was on autopilot. You see me? You see what I'm saying? So it was like it became where I go to session. I'd be like, I was satisfied like okay rounds going home.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was okay. I'm gonna go home and not even be like, no, I was getting the fuck off today.
Right.
So it was like I did what I did to get by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the trick behind that was that people were like, yo, Rage, I ain't seen you in years, but like, you getting the fuck off. It's like the celebrity factor. In a sense, it's like, damn, I ain't seen Rage since like 2 years ago. He jumped in and got a crazy ass round. What they don't know is that I ain't been labbing on nothing, but I'm so embedded into the foundations, embedded into like the culture that I could just do that. People could just do that. Not even me. People could just do that and just go home and be okay. But since I haven't been around a while, it was like, dang, well, you been laughing, you different. Nah, really, I'm just living everyday life. And I came here and just got off one time. And, you know what I'm saying? Versus like out of body experience being like, yo, I don't know what the fuck is about to happen right now, but whatever I do, I have no regrets. And I'm gonna get that shit to extreme. And I'm gonna go so far in. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And that is a different feeling because that is like, I'm so embodied with what I got going on, and not even in dance, in life. I'm so influenced by different things in life, from music to like just how reading books, or just like, you know what I'm saying, littlest to the biggest things. And like when you're so embedded within yourself at that moment, that's what I felt out of body experience, because you really truly have no fear, and you're going to the craziest realm because you're so influenced by something that you read today, something that you've seen today, something that you've been praying on, whatever it might be, and that really transfers you to a whole different like level, bro. So like that was the difference for me. It was like autopilot and like fucking going on there and knowing I'm about to fucking go crazy, but I don't even know what the fuck I'm about to say, but I know I'm about to say something crazy because I feel that presence. My presence is feeling that right now. The energy is real thickened right now. I know I'm about to do something crazy. So that was the difference between for me, autopilot and out of body experience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was, yeah. I hope that kind of tackled on.
Yeah, nah, that was an excellent explanation. We got Jay Striker.
How you guys doing? My question comes from, you said something about dancing free.
Yeah.
Being free in movement. What allows you to be free in creativity and be free in movement? Because like you said before, we dance in a box. We have performance, we have to dance a certain way. We have to make certain setups.
Yeah.
And the outcome is different, the same setups. But there's literally footages, like you and Roddy was like, you just dancing free.
Yeah.
And it didn't look anything like previous footage.
Yeah.
Any other artist, like, it just looks different.
Yeah.
So it allows you to be free in movement and creativity in a calm space where you feel like you're pressured to dance this way.
Yeah, of course. I think that's like, to me, that's a spiritual realm.
Sheesh.
I think that people in dance have a hard time. People in life sometimes have a hard time playing monkey see, monkey do, or Mr. Me Too. The reason why I feel I can express myself like that, and this is really like intellectual vibe, but it's because I know who I am as a person. I know who I am off the dance floor. I know I know what I want to say when I dance. With Crump, like I said, people put on this Crump persona. Like, I have to be Crump rather than just being Crump.
Right.
And that is the reason why people have a hard time being free, because they don't even know who they are.
Sheesh.
People don't even know who they are as a person yet, because, I mean, at some point in time, we're all going to figure out our purpose. People are going to figure out why we're here, and we're going to figure out what our true gifts and our presence is on earth, in this realm. But, like, you got to think about it. Like, there's people out here who come from backgrounds that they can't express themselves at home. So the only time they get a glimpse of what reality or what peers are is being in a session. And there's people who can't freaking express themselves because it's, you know, maybe their family's like, that shit is whack, or like, you can't do that, or like live the stereotype
9 to 5.
9 to 5.
Yeah, go to
And
school.
like, go to school, and like people are trying to figure out who they are because, you know what I'm saying, whether like, or they haven't gone through life situations to put them in places to figure out who they truly are.
Right. That's
You
that
see what I'm
pressure.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know who I am because I put in situations where I feel like I had to question who I am at that moment. I had to question, like, is that my intent? Is this my intent? Who am I right now? Because this is going on right here in front of me. What the hell am I going to do? And I had to really, like, I took those times to really be like, Rage, you're this kind of person. Because emotions is crazy. And that's like a lot of reasons why I was going through a lot of shit in the crump world, because I let my emotions run wild. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody heard stories about Rage. Like, one thing about me for sure is I don't give a fuck about who you are or what you are. Like, I'll step to anybody, I don't give a fuck. But like, I can't do that off of emotion.
I was there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that off emotions though. Driving a car, it's like driving a car drunk, bro. Like, you're just going anywhere because your emotions are just like flushing and just everywhere. But imagine your mind on a conscious understanding of who you are, not letting people, not sitting in the room, and not letting the environment change who you are. Crump has a way of doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like, Crump has a way of making you feel like I said, it starts from the music, bro. Because in dance history, I'm pretty sure Beast Boy know this, in dance history, the first exchange before any kind of hip hop rap was the DJ and the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
The dancers, the movers.
Yeah.
Like, so like once you understand that, like, when the music's feeling you, like, you know what I'm saying, in such a brolic manner all the time, like, and you don't live that lifestyle, you a happy, cool dude, slick back, you know what I'm saying, chill vibe, like, it's hard for you to, like, trying to get there. It's hard for you to, like, you just bumping heads because that's not who you are. So that's the first thing, you know what I'm saying? And then understanding who you truly are, bro. Like, I think that's the reason why people have a hard time, like, expressing themselves in Crump, because it's not their fault, because everybody goes through their own trials and tribulations on their time that God has for you.
Amen.
So it's like if you ain't got it now, like, you got to go through something, or like you got to realize that, like, your time isn't right now. You got to change your mental. Like, a lot of our families, I know I go through this to this fucking day. I argue with my mom and dad every day still, but like, we're programmed to think a certain way because of how our parents think. You feel what I'm saying? So like, and this might sound crazy, but it's like, when you're a baby and you're a kid, you're forced into religion.
Yeah.
That you don't even know nothing about. All you know is go to church. All you know is not even religion, like the practices, just anything, not even religion is kind of like the
even
the
like
easiest
culture
one.
stuff.
But like what? Like, you're like, I'm 4.
Right.
Who is God?
Right.
Who's Jesus? Like,
right.
who's Buddha?
Whole life.
I'm forced into rather than being born and letting your life choices and your life dictate about what you're going to believe in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or dictate on who you're going to believe in or what you're going to feel. Because, like I said, about 6 to 7, you start going from, what's that? And you start going to, can't do that.
Right.
Can't do that. Can't do that. And Crump has that sometimes. Not even Crump, just dance. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the reason why people can't really tap into it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so we got another question coming from Facebook right now. We're
Beach Boy is so crazy. I love him.
The hype god.
Kevin asks, how would you describe the hunger of the people coming from around 2006 to 2010 versus now?
It's.
I can help you.
Like you know, to be honest, like this is a very good question. I love explaining this, and it's the proof is in the pudding. Like it's so seeable, we see it every day right now. If you go back to 2006, 2005, who was around that time? You got the Tampicos, you got the Foolishes, you got the Hall of Famer, you got the Hooligans, you got Mob, you got
Crump
Kings, you got Lunatics, you got D Dunamis, you got D Kings, you got there's so much going on at that time. And what was so beautiful about that at that time was that even though these were groups, these people were from cities. So Hooligans is from Long Beach and all that spot. The Ticks and them was from Lancaster and Victorville. And like Mob was from
Lancaster.
Lancaster and the places. So these were different areas attacking Crump in their own way. And so what was beautiful about that was that transcended to fashion and how they talked, stuff like that. So when you go to events like the Call a Buck and the Blick and all this kind of stuff, you would see such a broad amount of people. You would see like different. Nobody dressed the same unless you came from that city or that crew. Wow. Nobody danced the same unless you came from that city or that crew. Back then, you had so much to look at. You had so much styles to look at and be influenced by and like be intrigued by. And like one thing, the only reason for you to be tight at that time, you had to show up. There was no Facebook. There was no YouTube. It was getting YouTube, but nobody had camera. It was kids. You had to pull up and be dope. You had to pull up and let your shit talk for you. There wasn't no master classes. There wasn't no fucking teachings. Like, you go ask OG, that's like, you got to battle. We got to battle. That's the only way you got to get your ass whooped for you to learn something. Wow. You see what I'm saying? And you have such a broad variety of people's approach on Crump compared to now. There's a formula everybody's following now. Because that formula dictates about who's tight. That formula dictates on whoever you roll with or whoever fam you in, dictates how dope you is nowadays. And I think that like one thing that I stand on so proudly and I say to this day, it's so easy to look different in a room full of clones.
Say it again.
It's so easy to look different in a room full of clones. And I say that so proudly because at this point in time, when I watch videos or I watch certain stuff, everybody looks the same. If I want to go watch Big Pistol Whip dance,
I'm dead.
I don't even gotta watch Big Pistol Whip dance. I can watch Baby Little Junior Pistol Whip dance and know he look exactly like him. People are teaching people to take on their essence. Their people are teaching people now. Not the elites and shit like that, but people are teaching people now. People who have little homies now that been dancing for 2 years. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, baffles me. But anyways, people are taking on other people's perception of crump and making it their own. That's like saying me and Sherwin live the same life.
Right.
It's impossible, bro. It's fucking impossible. So when I see people like attacking and moving the way somebody else they taught them dance, I'm like, bro, you're not teaching them how to fucking be crump. You're teaching them how to see crump through your eyes. You can't. These are reading glasses. If you put these on, you ain't gonna be able to see with these.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like people are so. It's easy right now for people to be like, I'm just gonna look like somebody because I feel like that's just the moment right now. Rather than sitting back, let's go back to my first segment. Sitting back and being like, well, who am I truly? Do I really want to be like that, or do I feel like I have my own story to tell? Because nobody on earth is telling the same fucking story.
Right, and I think it's also being comfortable with who you are. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be.
Yeah.
And that could be very mental. You know what I'm saying? It could be very mental because not a lot of people are put in certain places that make them feel comfortable, and the only time they feel comfortable is at a session. So I can see that.
Right. Why
you would feel the most love than when you having at home or from your entire family or from your mom and dad. Only time you get a little sense or a little bit of acknowledgement is at the crump session.
That's facts, yeah. So
I get it. I see both sides. But imagine a motherfucker who truly knows himself. Like, and that's what like a lot of 2005, 2006 had a bunch of motherfuckers who was like, I know who I am, bro. Like, and then you have a lot of people now who are still trying to find themselves, and they're trying to find a formula to find themselves, rather than realize that the biggest fucking cheat code to the most creative dance on the earth is you being yourself.
Yeah.
That's why we have people like that who we look up to. Yeah. And you look at their rocks, look at their bounces, look at their grooves compared to right now.
Right.
Motherfuckers barely use their chest right now.
No. Uh-oh. Hello.
So yeah, it's such a big difference. It's so you can see it's so clear, but I could see why people don't want to see it clear. Yeah. It's easier to do that, but it's way easier to fucking look different.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta wake up every day.
Yeah.
You wake up different than me every day. You wake up different from me every day. That's the easiest part of life, bro.
Right.
So.
All right. So I think we have time for one more. I'm so bad. Sorry about that, guys. But we have one more question. But I'm actually kind of link a bunch of questions together because they're kind of on the same idea, and it's the idea of style, how to balance all your different styles that you have. Also, has there been what was the last time that you felt you needed to prep for a battle? And then the second one was from Rashad, and he says, how do you get dancers to respect your style or other styles that are coming into the community? So that was a lot.
It was. The first one was style. You said.
Yeah, so they all have to do with style. Okay. How do you balance your style, and really how do you get people to respect styles, different styles?
Word. How do I get people to respect my style has nothing to do with dance. I have a presence about me when I walk into a room that is the first thing that captures people.
That's facts.
That is the first thing that happens. And, everybody has that about them. You got to just, you got to just know what that is. You got to know that vibe. But, for me, bro, it's me stepping in the room. Because one thing that my clips always have been consistent about, ever since I started dancing, when I kind of was getting better at it. But one thing that stayed the same the whole time is the energy I bring. That has never changed about me. Style might change, whatever it might be, but my presence, when I step on the stage or in a battle, it makes you want to stop what the fuck you're doing and pay attention. So when I go to these battles and shit, my presence already feels like it's fucking like I need to watch what the fuck going on naturally.
Right.
The dance just happens to be a little sprinkle on top, man. And I think that if it wasn't for me being so comfortable of knowing how my body moves or knowing how I want to move or being comfortable knowing that my first blessing is fucking a performer, being a performer, and being a performer. Because a lot of motherfuckers know how to dance, but they don't know how to perform.
Ooh.
Reading the room, knowing what the vibe is on, knowing my fucking where I'm around, who's behind me, where I'm at. All that shit is something that has to be taken into consideration because Michael Jackson was so fucking beautiful at stepping into a place and literally, I love the Super Bowl thing. When that fucking he popped from underground, popped up and stood there for a whole fucking minute. Motherfucker, that is presence
People
on
was
God
passing out.
level.
Yeah.
That's so God level right there. Watching him and then fucking watch Hulk Hogan and see how motherfucker was strut down that motherfucking ramp playing that guitar, bro, Indian bro, and fucking watching Ric Flair. Like these are motherfuckers who presence, they don't even gotta do nothing yet. But the presence is so big, bro, that it forces you to watch. Michael Jackson stood there for a whole minute and then moved his head.
Right.
And motherfucker started screaming again. I said, goddamn.
Can I do that?
That's possible?
Right.
Like to me, like Kanye West said, you got it from Malcolm X movie, but no man should have that much power, bro. That's power. Cause you know what the fuck you about to bring to this motherfucking stage right now. I'm about to turn this motherfucker out. Let me just sit here and let y'all just yell at me for a whole minute. I'm ready now. That's what my crump is, bro. That's exactly what my shit is. I'm like, yo, I'm about to just chill out. All right, well, it's time to turn this motherfucker up. So style for me is like, people always ask me, what's your character? And like, you got different characters for the way you move? Like, nope. I don't believe in characters. I don't believe in that at all because what you're telling me is that you're stepping in to a place and you're going like a fucking like in your pocketbook, like what character am I gonna be? I choose this one because that's, to me, I feel like that's so impossible because I could be at home labbing for a battle and get all my shit together, but I have to remember, I labbed at home by myself.
Yep.
So my patience is way different than being on stage and then motherfuckers is yelling at the music is loud. You can't, I don't know, I feel like you can't.
Yeah.
Like, how do you expect for me to control that? Like,
right.
I mess up every time.
You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. Like, I've been on fucking battles and be like, damn, I'm gonna do a lab. I ain't do shit I labbed on because
One thing you
yeah.
Sometimes you win though.
Yeah, but it be like that. But like, the energy takes over you, bro. And like what raised you so style? I'm like, bro, I don't got one. Like, I feed off the energy. The energy. I provide the energy. I provide the energy and I feed off the energy. I go, here, how y'all gonna add to it? Got you. There we go. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no character, bro. I don't have shit.
That's on some Bruce Lee shit right there.
I don't lab none of that. I don't prepare for a battle.
We good, man. I like it.
I'm never labbing again.
Okay.
I'm playing.
This is gonna go back to autopilot. Because like I know I mastered my own way of thinking of crump. So like me mastering how I approach crump allows me to approach crump in any fucking way I want. Because my mind is so free in the fact that like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do, but I'm so free in that element that nobody can tell me nothing. And like, if you go watch Arc, bro, if you watch all the battles and then you watch my battle, you can see how fucking different it was. If you go watch like the Beast Boy, like the Beast Camp event was so dope to me because it was like I ain't been on the crump stage in a minute, and I felt super honored. And when I got there, I was like I'm the only motherfucker in there wearing yellow.
I love it.
Everybody on stage got black on.
Yeah.
Black on black on black.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it. And I love it. And I love that.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meaning and unity behind that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm the only motherfucker on stage dressed in light colors. My vibe is different. My energy was different.
You got sage in your pocket too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm staging the stage, bro. Like, I'm so comfortable doing that like my style, whatever that style was, came from that moment.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it. Can't call it because it was such an out of body experience. I don't know what the fuck was happening because I read the energy. I felt the energy. My style is based off that, and like that's the beauty of it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm not saying be at home and don't fucking lab and think you're just gonna go out here and just be the tightest motherfucker on the block because I think that's not what it's gonna be. But I do think Crump is 90% mental and 10% physical. We can sit here and we can lab all day. It takes as much classes as you want. We can sit here and fucking train on foundation all day, all fucking year, bro. But if you're mentally not ready to project that, or don't know how to mentally or project that, or you don't know mentally anything about how your body moves or anything about that, that shit is gonna look like straight textbook. Straight textbook movement, because it's just like a gray motherfucker walking up. Like, I don't know what cartoons was, but he got up every day and fucking wore the same thing every day, went home, woke up, did the same thing every day. Like, you become so adapted to it and so autopilot to it that like the minute you be like ding, you step out of that, you start looking around like, damn, bro, I can do so much. And I think people haven't realized that yet. People haven't tapped into that yet.
Yeah.
So people ask me what style, my character, I'm like, I don't got none, bro. I just know. Actually, I'm gonna go on this motherfucking stage. Okay, this is my style. One time at the Revolution, when it was Impact and they were doing the battles on stage and shit, I was sitting down, and there's actually two instances, but one time, so this lady behind me. No, it wasn't behind me. It was like on Facebook or something, some clip or something like that. And it was this white lady. And she goes, the person she was talking to was like, hey, yo, like, that battle was crazy. Like, that whole event was super crazy. That battle, who you think won? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, saying blah, blah, but like, yo, Outrage, everybody was so dope, but Outrage, the way he like made me feel like he put me in that fucking Indian cobra thing that them like people in India do in the cobra fight. Like, the minute you hit a groove and motherfuckers start grooving with you,
Yeah.
like, the hair, like I don't give a fuck who won about who lost that night, but Outrage touched me. Like, Outrage made me feel like he made me feel different inside. So that means like my energy transpired to her, and she felt that. And one thing, I don't give a fuck about how many books, because everything we read is all made by man. Man writes everything. So we can't say it's true or false or not, because at the end of the day, it's like a man wrote that. That don't mean necessarily it's true. But one thing you cannot fucking forget, one thing you cannot fucking lie about is energy.
Right.
You cannot lie about energy, bro. And that's when I realized that, like, yo, like, I'm going to change this whole perspective in this room right here, right now.
Ooh.
And I'm so comfortable enough to do that I don't give a fuck what the repercussions going to be after this, but I'm not going to change it. That's every time you get from me.
Yeah.
That inventor, Nikola Tesla, he said that if you want to understand the universe, you have to think of the universe as energy and frequency.
Of course. And that shit is so real, bro. It's fucking mind blowing. And at that moment, I was like, I'm doing something right.
Yeah, for sure.
A lady don't even know shit about Crump. Ain't been to a session. Don't know nothing about it. Showing up, but like, she felt my energy. I could have been the wackest motherfucker on stage, bro. But my energy is what touched her. And at that moment, I knew, like, yep. That's something I have to tap into. And the physical part comes easy after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I think to close, that was a lot. Let's do a little promo work for you. Thinking of style, you got a brand, right?
Yeah,
Death by Style.
Yeah,
What kind of influenced that, and then we'll just close from there.
Death by Size could be taken in so many contexts. It's fucking amazing. Like how I feel like I kill or I battle or like I battle or whatever it might be is how I kill motherfuckers with style. First, you know, like my energy and then the style, how I style things. Like I love the fact of being like, I want to make this shit look so cool right now. I want to make this shit look so swaggy, so whatever right now that it's gonna look like fucking effortless. Death by Style. Death by Style I can fucking mean by like, of course I love to dress, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna kill niggas with how I dress. I'm gonna show them be fashionably late and kill y'all with my style. Like, it means so many things, but Death by Style, for me, the first thing that came to my head was about dancing. Like, I kill. It sounds so heavy. I don't kill people. I battle. I battle with such a heavy style that it's fucking inevitable. You cannot say it's not inevitable.
It consumes people, yeah.
It makes motherfuckers be like, I love watching certain people dance. You know, Beast does it a lot, and I love it. The Michael Jackson thing, he does it a lot. It's fucking amazing. Some people do, some people don't. But like the moment like you look at somebody in the eye and you start doing something like a little groove, and that motherfucker, the whole other side be like
trance, bro,
like,
hypnotic,
and it fucking it's such a beautiful moment. Type like, God damn, motherfucker, what? that's such a, but like that's my style. You know what I'm saying? I'm killing her with the style that you had. You can't even hate about it. You have to just force. I seen a motherfucker one time. I think it was you. I remember it was me or it's somebody else, but maybe it was you. I seen a motherfucker do something on stage, bro, and like he was battling somebody, and his big homie was dancing against him, and like he was on the other side, like this nigga Beast dancing, you know, whatever. It's my big homie. You're not about to kill my big homie, my nigga.
Dude.
But like, this moment Beast did something, and like he had to went from this to. And he couldn't even fight it because that's the kind of presence that you bring. That style, bro. You know what I'm saying? That style. That's how that fucking shit works. That's my style. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have that shit, but when you see it, it's inevitable. Watch footage, you see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's my style, bro.
Yeah, those be my those be my favorite footages anyways when I be in style. Right. Hey. Hey, so
I just put like 4 designs in. So
yes, please follow. Does it have an Instagram?
Yeah, Death by Style. Yeah, Style to Death. It's Style to Death on Instagram.
Style to Death, Outrage, official Outrage. Yeah, follow him on Instagram if you guys are not. Cop his stuff now that, like, because for me, I love knowing what's behind a brand. So if I wear a shirt, I have to do it justice. Like, oh, I gotta kill someone with style if I wear his shirt. So yeah, man, I think it's just it's like you're carrying a piece of like Outrage's mindset when you buy his shirt or his merchandise or just anyone's merchandise, you know. And yeah, I appreciate you breaking it down because man, I want all the merch and be like, I got the juice.
Yeah. That's just a real thing. It's a real thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, everybody has their own style, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody. So like, I can't call it Death by Rage because everybody is Rage. But I call it Death by Style because one thing that distinguishes you from anybody else on this earth is your style. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Death by Style, bro.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, thank you, Outrage. Thank you, Beast Boy, Jay Striker, Baby Striker, Jay Burden, Rev, and everyone watching on live. This was super special. Such a different perspective, but it makes sense. That's the best part. Yeah. It makes sense. No, it does, man. And I think for me, I'm just all about like just seeing so many different perspectives. And yeah, man, I learned so much. And I love doing these podcasts before we dance because it's like, so I just want to get off now. So we actually about to do a quick little video shoot, so y'all ain't gonna see that till it comes out. But yeah, thank you, Outrage. Any last words before we get out? Just quick thank yous, shout outs, anything.
Shout out to everybody going through a hard time right now. You know, with everything going on, from oppression to pandemic to all that stuff. I think that one thing that this time has shown me is that how I say this, it's like the world has a way of showing that it's black and white. The world has a way of showing that it's black versus brown. The world is showing you that it's brown versus white or whatever it may be. But what I truly believe is that it's really good versus evil, and that right now it's showing that the majority of people that's going on right now is the good, and the minorities is the evil. And I want people to know that people are doing a lot of time, we're self-reflecting and reading up on knowledge and understanding about, the history of, black folks or brown folks, or whatever it might be. They're trying to get more hip and yada, yada, yada. That's all good. Clap it up. Good, great. But the reason why this is still a predominant thing right now that's going on in 2020, because this shit has been going on since 1900s, 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, or so on, is because what's happening is that this shit is being taught. So if you're not reading to understand and changing the dynamics in your own family first, because a lot of people's moms and dads and uncles and aunties are also prejudiced. I'm not going to say racist, because racist is different. Prejudiced towards certain people of color. And you have to stop and educate your family on that. I know Filipinos go through it a lot, because in the Philippines, they go through the same thing of dark, light, very strong.
Papaya soap.
Same thing in the Latino community, dark and light. So, what I'm saying is that we have to take time to understand that when you speak on certain things, we have to understand that if you're going to get knowledgeable, live by that and stand by that. Now, people of color who are out here who are reading this kind of stuff, you have to start telling your families, because that shit is being taught. It's sad seeing kids out here being taught these racist mindsets and prejudice mindsets, because they're being taught this, bro. You don't wake up and just wake up and hate somebody because of the way they look. But taking the time to really understand that it's really good versus evil, and a lot of things going on is surface shit.
Right.
Take time, get into the nitty gritty of the blueprint, because America ain't this great place, man. It's not. People make it seem like it is, but it's built on. Lord, it's built on so many stuff, bro. It's crazy, but that's changing. That's changing so much right now that it's fucking ridiculous. It's changing so hard right now, bro. A lot of evil shit is coming to light, and a lot of shit is coming through to showing us what things truly are. So just peace and love everybody who's going through this kind of shit that's going on, and educate yourself, get familiar, ask questions, and take the time to build that shit inside your home first, and then spread out. You know what I mean? To me, it's good versus evil, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta understand that first. But yeah.
Please do that. Thank you, Rage, so much. Thank you, everybody watching. Please keep supporting so we could keep doing it.
Shout out to Beast, man, and the Beast Camp, man. All these fellas here, this is so great that they're doing this, man, especially at this time, man. Incredible gentlemen, being a part of this was honorable, so definitely shout out to Beast for having me, and shout out to the Crump World, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
All right, bye.